often been extraordinarily Canyon favored in the early game.
Oh, yeah.
Peanut is certainly able to turn it around, largely due to the fact that they have that rock on the bottom side of the map in Ruler. And we also have to add, there's a Yuumi.
Maybe he's coming over again. Not gonna be the case. Peanut is gonna get spotted. Canyon is on the back, and there's Jovi.
There's the flash twist in advance. He throws out the barrel to get rid of the rise, but there are so many problems. The body slam is pretty good, but still, it's gonna be first blood, and it's delivered to Jovi.
And Jovi comes up big. We have not seen this rise. It's been a pick that I think just very interesting, because obviously Yuumi is incredibly strong as Canyon goes in.
Yeah, Jovi is right here though. Blade's Reach comes through as Canyon put in the rune prison for a moment, and oh my, just walks on in there, Showmaker. He'll turn up, Doran's coming down, but they'll be able to get the first kill on to Peanut. Still fighting this out as Canyon's gonna have to flash. Doran comes on through, Noguri finds Jovi in the back line. Doran is just fighting against Showmaker though, as it's fights on multiple fronts, and Doran's the one that's gonna win this one. Jovi eventually having to flash as he's respecting Noguri, who just got his back.
And look at Canyon, just max efficiency right to the Herald, but this might be spotted. Noguri has to kind of play a little bit of distraction here. I don't know if they can finish this. He does have a smite available, but he's going to have to smite for health. This is going to be a bit awkward. Peanut's coming out of base.
Still has his ultimate though, uses the healing, goes into the wall.
Yeah, Doran going to come on over here, just trying to keep him busy for the moment. Body slam comes in, Canyon locks it down. The Nature's Grasp comes through though, and there's the Umbral Trespass. He's going to deny it, as now Doran getting himself out of there. Noguri at 100 health, and Peanut will secure the kill, just barely. They're able to lock him down. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, here it is. It's the final bullet into the back of Doctor, but he flashes away and keeps himself alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Gen.g, coming up with these kills, getting summoners off bot. They're looking for the dive here now.
Yep, tidal wave coming on through here as Kellen just burning down Ruler. Make it rain comes on through, and now Jovi just wants to come through and grab himself some fish, and he does secure the
Showmaker's here.
Going to answer. Canyon is of course here as well. Shadow stepping through. The Blade's Reach comes down, and Jovi will be taken out. Damwon Kia answer.
I present to you Gen.g versus Damwon Kia.
Be heading towards that top side as there's Gore Drinker completed.
And he transforms.
Oh, he's
already through.
There he is. All right,
there he is.
Gore Drinker. Nature's Grasp here towards the bottom side of the map, gentlemen, and Doctor is in so much trouble. He gets smashed back by the brambles, and Peanut helps claim one for Ruler.
And this is what we talked about in terms of CC. There is so much lockdown on Gen.g, and Damwon Kia is unable to deal with this. And now, we haven't really talked about bot lane that much, but this Yuumi MF bot lane is absolutely demolishing, because while Damwon is getting wins on the top half of the map, bot lane is bleeding.
Absolutely. It's a massacre down there at this point. You get those kills, you push them back multiple times here. Doctor earlier had to take a bad base. Chovy comes down. Now they get another gank in there from Peanut. They're going to be able to take the first dragon. They've taken multiple plates, and it's plus 30 CS. Massive goal difference, but they are looking for Jovi.
Yep, there's the Frozen Tomb. Jovi's going to get knocked up. The Blade's Reach as well now has that added CC. Goes golden, but that is just going to buy a few seconds.
Up now is find this Maokai, scrap, and just don't stop. Try to really limit Spina's effectiveness here.
And as much flack as Doran, I think, justifiably so, is hold up.
Yeah, Doran might be in a bit of trouble here, and indeed he is. There's the Umbral Trespass to come out. He does manage to slice his way over, and Canyon going to be interrupted by Peanut. The Bramble Smash is fantastic, as well as now Jovi comes in, but it's a double knock-up. Kellen turns up. Noguri just securing it, and now another bubble to come through. A double kill for the Gragas.
The bot lane may not be going well, but Kellen's not bot anymore. Now they're going to try to dive.
Yeah, here's the final chapter. The bullet time. The cleanse is good. Doctor will barely survive, but he's walking the wrong direction, gentlemen. Some Alcove Gaming may need to come in, and there's no safety here. There is a turret, so he's definitely going to die. There it is. Double up secures it.
But look at mid lane, right? They're just non-stop pushing here, and Canyon again is just invading. He wants to scrap these.
Everfrost Rise. There is Ruler, who went for BT Rush, which is very high on the utility and the sustain, but in terms of damage, might not be enough. You're playing against a fed tank Gragas and a monstrously fed Red King that is what I assume will be building either a Black Cleaver or a Death Stance next. It's going to be so hard to chew through those health bars.
It will, but it looks like there may be another contest here. Gen.g is moving up, but Damwon is more established for this, so I think Gen.g will have to back up, give it up. There is a bit of an X factor in this one, though, and that really is the Realm Warp, right? Because I do think being able to Realm Warp Doran, I feel like No one on the team is getting farm anymore.
I mean, what are his most famous picks? Like Graves, Nidalee, Karthus, like this fits the MO 100%.
And what I love, and what now that we have a little bit of downtime, want to highlight this Worlds, and this match is one of the best showcases that we've seen thus far, is the amount of creativity and freedom that are available in drafts. There are a couple of picks that are very clearly very far ahead of the curve, but overall, as hold up, might have some more fighting here.
Yeah, tidal wave to come through. They think they've caught Ruler. He's going to have to flash the bubble. Gets himself out of the way. Now, Canyon, towards that bottom side, does a lot of damage there to Doran as Nogri holding on to the cask. As Shirley takes down that outer turret, and Damwon Kia starting to really get the momentum they're looking for. Peanut turns up, wanting to deny this second charge. Yeah, they should be able to do so.
Oh, they're TPing on it.
Wow, they are committing to this fight here as there it is. Not going to get the blades reach, but that's going to get some flashes. Nature's Grasp to make sure they get the charges. Showmaker will be exhausted immediately. The bubble's fantastic as the culling flies through, and Canyon locks down that first kill, but Chovy will answer, and he makes it a double. Realm Warp to deliver. Showmaker to be interrupted. Showmaker sacrifices himself, but gives over the triple.
That was way too far from Damwon. They really tried to
well, which I absolutely love. Another knockup to come through, but Doran pretty tanky is okay. Peanut's going to dive forward. They're looking for Nogri, but he's very tanky. Blades reach once again, landing onto Peanut this time as they get the Nature's Grasp out, and there's the final chapter. They think they've locked down the Gragas. He's super tanky, but he's still going to be taken down. Now Showmaker has to go into his ultimate. Doran's going to be taken here, and gen.g looking for more. Umbral Trespass to come forward. Peanut relatively low. Knock up is, oh my goodness, can he actually make it happen? The answer's no, as Chovy is taking matters into his own hands yet again. Another Realm Warp is going to come through, but they just walk away, and it looks like gen.g are looking for a Baron.
Yeah, they're going to go straight for it here. Showmaker really mispositioning in that fight, walked too far forward, lost almost all of his health to Ruler's ultimate, and they didn't have that secondary bit of damage, that follow-through that Canyon needed to really run over the fight. So it is gen.g coming up massive in the mid lane and grabbing a Baron, taking full control of this game.
And Ruler also able to channel what I think was almost a full bullet time. Generally, against the Damwon comp, that should be very hard to do, but they're able to get it, and all that Damwon is getting as a trade.
Is actually doing some roaming here behind gen.g, looking for the flank. Here's the teleport to come forward. Final chapter, meanwhile, and this ultimate not quite as good, although Canyon does dive in front of it. Nogri now just getting autoed down by Ruler, and now he's out of position. Has to flash to get himself out, but it's another kill for Chovy. Showmaker once again extraordinarily low as the turret will be taken down. Bramble Smash is amazing. It's another triple kill for Chovy, and now Kellen is going to be locked down. Realm Warp to confirm it, and gen.g will destroy Damwon and possibly their base.
That might just be the game, right? Damwon Kia again try to go for a Hail Mary fight, but the Yuumi is fully online. You call them the best Yuumi, and I've seen Lehans win games far harder than this one.
Well, they're pushing towards it now. Canyon is alive, but he might just be taken down. Goes Golden to try and buy as much time as he possibly can. Lehans gets out of turret range, and the Kane is now dead. There's the ace, once again confirmed for gen.g, and they will be taking game number 1 in this best-of-5 series. Unless Damwon can make something happen. Doran slicing, dicing, and that is going to be the end of the Nexus. That is your game 1. Yeah, and if you've been watching any Champions, Chovy has been playing a whole bunch of games on the Yone as well. But I do want to have a look into the jungle here because, of course, the Sejuani for Peanut is baiting Showmaker in. Oh, this would be very, very dangerous. I think Showmaker knows. There's the Flash Arctic Assault, though, and the Winter's Wrath is going to be able to get that permafrost. Showmaker, first blood, the Unbound Soul gets Chovy back to the minion wave.
Of this bottom lane that Ruler and Lehans have. They understood that, yes, they are at lower health, but Doctom has spent all his spells there. There was no more damage remaining.
Canyon, so cheeky. Canyon's going to cancel the back, but still being very, very patient, and Doctom's gone home. Lehans is going to face check. They're going to see whether they can burst him down. The bubble is just beautiful, and the cat is denied. That is the first kill. Damwon Kia on the board.
And that's pivotal, because without that, the read from Doctom and Kellen, at least for now, was correct in that we didn't see everything that happened in the early laning phase. I know that as early as level 3-4, they were already getting heavily shoved in by the Yuumi and the MF, never really able to recuperate at any point. And at the very least, this time around, you're able to mitigate. Is it enough against the Yuumi? I'm going to say Not really, but at the very least, we do see that there is a little bit more pressure here on the bot side of the map.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it is looking a lot better for them. It is a gold advantage here for Damwon. You know, they're up 8 CS in the bot lane, not massive, but at the very least, you know, they're not down 20-30 as they had ended up in that last game. And we do know the power of the MF double up, right? And sometimes all it takes in these lanes for a lane to go bad is you get that pass-through Q on a minion, you get the kill, you get that bonus damage from that Q, and you lose a couple hundred health, and all of a sudden you can't threaten it all in. And things can become very, very difficult.
Yeah, then you get stuck in a bad back cycle, and then you're going to be behind on tempo, and it kind of snowballs from that, especially against Ruler and Lahens that throughout the entirety of summer have been the most with the kill, currently leading in terms of gold on the map.
Yeah, and it's about a 600 gold advantage for Doctom there. They're looking here for Chovy.
Yeah, Chovy's going to get thrown back as Empress Divine is flashed by Chovy there. He's going to get the knock-up as well. Permafrost is going to come through, but Canyon flashes out of the way. Now Peanut wanting to get the flash with the Winter's Wrath, but Canyon's not going to be going down here. And again, another scuffle, but no kills as Doran wants to change this one. Noguri was not the target he was looking for, but he's going to accept it, at least for now, and Chovy gets his second.
Instinct from Damwon, I think very justifiably so, to try and look for plays, try and find anything aggressive as Lahens.
Yeah, Tidal Wave comes through, but there's the final chapter as well. The culling is going to come in. Oh, our buttons are just being pressed here on the bottom side as Peanut will turn up. Does he have one available? He absolutely does. And there it is. It's going to go wide as now Kellen is forced to flash. Bullet time. Ruler. He still had his ulti, but now Canyon's going to turn up. Warrior Trickster to get him forward. Gets the flash out of the MF. That is important, but gen.g get another kill.
Line dive that's available for Damwon as well is still very strong. And to me, one of those X factors is also Showmaker on the Azir here. Gone for the crown build, so very strong into the relatively short range, barring the bot side, as long as it can stay away from Ruler and Lahens, should get a lot of value out of that. And then they lose the fight, and then they lose the objective.
I think if you are a Damwon fan, you're hoping that the difference, you know, between last game and this game is the fact that Doctom is in a much better spot, right?
Absolutely.
You know, he was very behind at this point in the game last time around. Doran here in a bit of a bother.
Might have a bit of a fight as Showmaker holds onto the ultimate for now. The Cyclone comes in as now Peanut getting taken down extraordinarily low. Doran is just going to get taken off the board. Peanut kept alive by the kitty cat, but it does mean that Damwon Key are able to lock down Shirley.
Really nicely done here from Damwon. You know, Canyon, at first I was wondering, is he being a little bit too greedy going on to Peanut there instead of just securing the kill on Doran? But it turns out they have the exact right read. They kill off Doran, and they push out Peanut, forcing his flash as well, plus they get the Rift Herald. So an opportunity for a pretty big play here. Nuguri will have to play this safe, though.
And I think a big problem there was that Doran showed a little bit too early, maybe not quite in line with the rest of his team, because I think they were in a position to contest, but with Doran getting picked up and Peanut basically being forced to go in aggressively, not quite the circumstances that they were looking for. And now Damwon Kia get the mid lane turret and get a second charge as well, setting them up for a much better...
Juicy turret, he wants the money, he'll pick that one up.
And
it's here once again on the push.
Yeah, it's just starting to feel like Damwon don't really have an answer, right? And they're not actually being able to effectively respond to these side lanes. They don't have winning side lanes. They're going for Lahens.
Yeah, Lahens gets caught out. All of those side lane issues do kind of go away. So Damwon now just going to start off this Baron immediately from over the wall. Showmaker going to be able to do that. Doran, can he allow Peanut to have the space to get in? As Showmaker off towards the side, Noguri over the wall. He needs to get Peanut out of the pit. This could just be the 50-50. There's a phenomenal bubble. He gets in. Oh, Peanut steals it away. He's not going to escape, but they'll say thanks for the leash and gen.g secure Baron.
And it's an absolute disaster for Damwon Kia after a really big pickup on the Yuumi. Chovy doesn't have TP.
In that Baron pit that we prefer not to mention as there's a shutdown onto Canyon. Chovy picks that one up. That's his third of the game. And that is gen.g now with a gold lead.
It is all going wrong, and when you look at the items, it even gets worse.
Final chapter is invested in as well here, as that's a phenomenal bubble, but not going to be followed up upon. As Damwon Kia now backing away. Ruler, a lot of damage to this turret now as he has those two items put together. Peanut, Arctic Assault, but Nuguri with a very well-placed blast cone. Well, not well-placed, but well-used. And will be able to get himself out. This turret, not long for the world though, and gen.g just starting to stack up this Red Bull Baron power play. Almost 3k now. Hextech ultimatum towards the bottom side. Cask is going to be used to try and get him out of there, as now Doran still underneath this turret. Chovy does lock down the killers. Now Doran's just going to walk it out. Hookshot going to be enough And Doctom, he cannot overextend. The rest of the cavalry has arrived. Flash forward for Canyon, but the Cyclone is flashed out of the way. A phenomenal knockup comes in, and Ruler's going to lock down the kill. The turret not long for the world. As the MF does so much damage, Peanut nails the ult onto Kellen. It does not stop, gentlemen. It's a double kill here for Ruler.
And that might just be game again. Domonkey, a conga line in, and gen.g says...
So it is so concerning how strong Chove is in this game, and you can see Doran already threatening that flank. Was spotted by Showmaker, so maybe there's some sort of an opportunity to look for a pick play, but I think Domwon don't have any confidence to walk in towards the Dragon, so they're just going to try to get mid lane prio, maybe get some vision out around Baron, and hope they can maybe catch gen.g moving up to try to check into them.
Running into is that Peanut, especially with a Yumi on top of his back, is immovable.
On the flank.
100% in he goes. Oh my goodness, Doctom flashing himself out. Doran may have overextended here as Canyon's clone. He's going to get smacked down. Great stopwatch to be used, but it's not enough here for the Camille. Doran goes down, and now Doctom trying to free hit. He gets the ultimate, but he pulls himself back out again, once again with the soul unbound. Once again, Doctom going to get engaged on, but the answer is going to be there. Taken down very low, and Ruler is at full health, ladies and gentlemen. This is a huge problem for Damwon Kyo, now moving back. They managed to get the pick off onto the Camille, but it's not quite enough, and Chovy, he's splitting once again.
Chovy's healing up. He can look for a threat in here. He should have the soul unbound back, and Damwon still got to escape here.
Yep, he's now looking for the blast. Gets himself out of the way. All right, Canyon now trying to escape, but it's the Yumi that locks him down of all people. Showmaker standing his ground, moving forward. A lot of damage here. Locks down Ruler. How the heck does he do it? It's turn it around.
Showmaker turns around the fight. It only connects on Canyon. The MF ulti not very effective, and they're trying to mark the Baron as well, making sure that gen.g are not rushing it.
They still have bounties, right? They're still getting gold. Damwon have been making these plays while behind in gold, and
again, it's back to the side lanes. You know, I'm kind of becoming a bit of a broken record, but Damwon have no options to answer it, so now they're just going to say it, all right, it's time to flip Baron.
flip it again!
Yeah, you have to force the flip. Chovy just going to try and walk his way over, but realizes that's not going to get him there soon enough. Glacial Prism with the fade away does a fair bit of work here for Peanut, but they're not wanting to commit to it just yet. This pincer maneuver from gen.g could be terrifying. Canyon still trying to keep himself safe, and they have the phalanx built up. Doran spots out Nogri there with his sweeper available, and they've held on to the Baron. Now it's gen.g in the pit. Can Showmaker make it happen as Chovy gets in, gets immediately out again. Now Peanut trying to protect his carries. Doran hook-shotting. Nogri goes in. There's the body slam. Showmaker. Oh my God! The 3-man Empress Divide. The shutdown to come through as well immediately. Doctom's going to die, and now it's Chovy's turn, but is it going to be enough is the question. Doran flashes the double knockup. Oh no, it's not enough. And now Canyon coming through. Doran still has his, and that is going to be, I believe, the ace now completed for gen.g.
Up, so he can't actually continue the fight. Showmaker very nearly took over the game there, so close to being able to turn that one around, but Doctom was killed off on the other side. The Lucian could not survive the fight.
And you also see that even though
Baron's still alive.
Baron's alive, we might even get a opportunity as
Oh my
God.
Yeah,
That's revolting.
Yeah, that's a
doesn't
very
matter.
strong unit.
Who cares?
Yeah, we'll just take the leash, I guess, says Damwon Kia. Peanut says,
Oh, God.
I'm here, I'm the jungler. By the way, please stop. And Damwon say no. Now Chovy gets the knock up onto Nogri, who body slams to get himself out. Chovy now has to get back. Doctom thinks it's his angle to get on in, but the GA that he recently purchased is just going to get smacked down. Now Canyon trying to turn it, but Chovy just hits him, and that is going to be the play. The top side is being taken down now. Doran trying to dive forward. He's still got the GA. Empress Divide defensive, but not enough as Ruler just says goodbye to Showmaker, and gen.g will claim the ace. The triple kill for the MF, and this should be game 2.
And it might have been so close for so long, but in the end, it is a clean ace for gen.g. An overstep from Damokia trying to find an angle. They need to take risks in this later stage of the game, and it doesn't work out.
God. The damage from Showmaker not going to be enough here as gen.g will break open the base. Their composition, fantastic. And now a celebratory MF ult as the bullet time flies through. The Nexus will go down now. Match point.
Dorian who I think has been at times disjointed somewhat from his team, so they are going to really try to focus on this.
Well, we'll see whether the tree can survive. Of course, burning down the tree certainly does make some sense in my mind. My immersion well and truly in place. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Hit 3 there, so they may not be expecting this, and they can have the wraparound and the collapse onto
Oh,
Canyon.
he knows now.
Yeah, the heroic charge is going to be able to get the stun onto Canyon there as well. The smite has to come through just to keep him alive as he dashes. Ruler's going to dash on over, though. Could be a disaster. Vision of Empire flies in, and Canyon, he's like, where the heck do I go? How do I get out of this? The answer is you probably don't, as Peanut's going to throw a buckler at him, and that's first blood.
Man, that was so clever from Gen.g. Peanut.
As you can see by the gold, not really too much has gone awry. Glad that we haven't looked towards topside, because Sejuani versus Maokai kind of goes without saying there, as Chovy. Vision of Empire is going to do a bit of damage to him. I think the Azir is probably fine, despite being down 10 CS.
Yeah, going to be feeling not too bad. Showmaker has done a really good job connecting with these never moves. You know, got to give him the credit for that. Already has
One coming through for the minions, so he's going to be A-okay. As Doran, he may not.
Oh, they have Ignite. If they can actually do this properly here, the Maokai should be dead.
Well, let's see whether they can do it. The Ignite is already down. Twisted Advance has been used, but the ulti to come through, the fade away from Nogger, and he just walks it out. That is a beautiful first blood going over to Darmonkia.
That was flawless, but Peanut is here, and Noguri could be in trouble. Peanut has flash.
He's trying to get on forward, doesn't have steadfast presence now, as he's just ushering this in where he can. But 2 versus 1, Poppy versus these two, this is dangerous, and he has to flash to get himself out. Does make it out with a phase rush, but that was dangerous.
And that's huge. Even though Poppy uses Hex Flash very well, the offensive pressure that you have for them, they started up.
And the pressure really isn't on them in the same way, right? I do think there's great scaling still, you know, especially at the top 3 for Gen.g, but, you know, you look at Dokdom, he doesn't need to really get anything done. He's chilling. He's staying in his lane. He's farming it up, looking for 3 items here. He's going to be really, really happy. You know, when you have that Lulu to back you up.
The skill of Wild Growth as, yeah, Showmaker has ultimate. I don't know about this one, Chovy.
Demonic Ascension, there's the flash over the Emperor's Divide as Showmaker. He has the explosion available as well, but he never moved. He pulls him in, and the Swain, feeling inevitable, walks after him, just drains the Azir dry.
That is exactly why we have faith in Domon when they go a little bit of meta. The amount of power that these laners of a never move, Doran and Peanut are self-explanatory, and I don't think they're killing Showmaker here.
Well, we'll see whether they can. Showmaker goes golden, buying time for Dokdom to get in there. There's the Emperor's Divide, but you can see
He doesn't care.
He just presses R. He's just going to say, well, everyone, please stand in here. I'll drain all your health bars.
Yeah, Dokdom shows up, and that's going to push them back. Canyon at the same time taking the second. Have that perma ulti is so effective.
The best part for Showmaker as well is that he doesn't even need to be a damage threat. With an Ignite Sejuani, with Viego, especially with Dokdom. Well, yeah, I was gonna lead up to that, Max. Stop it.
A lot of it becomes about the playmaking. We did see the backstep there that was beautiful from Showmaker, but I still think Azir ult as disengage on the Swain, and especially the Poppy ultimate, is going to be so critical. Because if you can get the Swain to actually commit ult, and then disengage with the Poppy ult, and be able to have that timeout, Swain without ulti is really low power in these late game team fights.
And it's important.
He's going to put Shirley in the sky for a moment, but now Darmonkia are going to push forward, and they barely needed the Rift Herald as now the dashes come in. Darmon, they want even more here. The culling wipes out the wave, but is it going to be enough? As now Peanut down to 50%. He uses the Herald to get himself out of the fight, but Showmaker's right under the turret. The Demonic Ascension is massive as the pullback. He is never letting anyone move. This Swain is insane. And Domwon are still pushing forward. Another never move hit, says Peanut. You should have got the message. He doesn't miss on these.
It's never move, and it's never miss. Showmaker is going off.
God, as we say it, he pulls all of Gen.g into a game 4, gentlemen.
Who is this guy? Showmaker going off, almost carries the last game, and in game 3.
Just gonna have to hold that thought for a moment as now Dokdom trying to dash his way out. Peanut is gonna taxi himself on Canyon, moves his way out, but in comes Noguri. They're gonna secure the Lucian, and now Domon Kira looking for even more. That may have been the back-breaking play here, as Damwon just have gen.g on the ropes. This is the biggest lead that we've seen all series.
And it's understandable because gen.g know they need to go for desperate plays at this point, so they try and pull the trigger on Dom, seemingly out of position. But if Dom has red and white guns, he's never out of position. Doesn't happen. And as a result, that's 3 Drakes and a monstrous gold lead for Damwon.
And it's back-to-back ults that Nogri is connected on Ruler. Ruler doesn't have his cleanse because of the previous one that was
just very, very fed. And overall, if you look at the items, as Nogri can't
He
hit them all.
doesn't really wait, does he, on these? But he might be punished. Vision of Empire comes in. That bubble was amazing from Lahens, but he's so tanky. The Nature's Grasp comes through, though. There's the Wild Growth. Nogri survives for a long time, but now Chovy picks up the kill. The Moonlight Vigil to answer back, but it's not enough to get any kills on the exit.
The Swain that is going to be clogging up this corridor.
Yeah, Chovy didn't get that memo, Azael. He's now going to have to do some alcove gaming, get himself out of this one. The Demonic Ascension's going to come through. The Emperor's Command is just going to be stopwatched. Beautiful play once again from Showmaker, who is just owning this mid lane matchup. And, okay, I guess Sejuani just got a kill as well. And now Damwon.
What can you do? Even with Hex Gates, there is no amount of gaming that's going to offset the gold that is currently available. Soul now for Damwon, and no sweep in this quarterfinals, everyone.
Absolutely not. Chovy is just going to get taken down under the enemy turret. That is going to remain alive, and Showmaker will be able to claim the kill. This is it, gentlemen. We are finally going to have a series that isn't just 3 games long. Although, I've said that in the past with these two, and maybe that was the ultimate curse as Damwon looked down the Baron.
No Renekton, no Nidalee. I'm feeling good.
No, I'm very scared. The better we feel, the more likely someone's going to lose their hair. At least this time it's Azael, but still. Damwon, they've started this one up. Peanut is at the back of the pit. Nature's Grasp to come forward. The culling does a fair bit of work here from Ruler, as there is the ult. The Keeper's Verdict going to get so many out. As he pulls back, Dom, he flashes into the Baron pit, but he's now tanking it up. Showmaker is just massive, though. He secures the Baron, and he can now flash on top of gen.g. I have a feeling this one's the backbreaker. This one is the Game 4 guarantee that Damwon needed.
I think that should do it. Damwon roar to life in this 3rd game here off the back of an amazing Showmaker performance, making his mark on this series.
Just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This inhibitor will go down, and Damwon, they looked completely unflappable this game. Often, teams will be down 0-2. That would make them play more nervous, more scared. Looks like Damwon were just charging up, but they're going to have to win this last little skirmish. Canyon going down very low, but it's Dom that's securing the kills. Chovy goes down first. Lahen's going to come through now, and the Nexus will go down. Here we are, Game 4, ladies and gentlemen.
And I want to highlight.
So I will say the bright side is that there's tons of pressure on Canyon and Showmaker, who are your go-to guys, right? I think if they can get through mid lane, get ahead, get Showmaker unleashed on the map, hey, maybe he can have another incredible... The very small thing, but he does force out the smite, so it should be his scuttle if he wants to actually play for this. The wraparound.
Yeah, now Nogri's going to be able to move on over. There's the flash in, gets the big stun, and also able to get the Colombic. Unbelievable! From the top with a double for Canyon and Damwon.
Knowing nothing's going to happen. Hey, Renekton with PDA and Dominus, though, at this point, you're not going to kill. You probably end up getting 1v2'd, so as a result, Damwon have free reign on the map, are able to get a Drake, set up extremely deep vision in the entire thing for something. As on the other side of the map, Damwon, as they should, going to get up, pick up rather an early Herald.
Yep.
And this is perfect, you know, just continue pushing that forward. Peanut is spotted out here. That's a brand new word, so he had to have known what type of a game Nogri wants to play to me as we've seen Lahen's face shack.
Yeah, unfortunately that is not the handshake that he actually wanted. The hostile takeover comes in. It takes a little bit of time, but they do manage to lock down the Lulu. 3 kills now for Damwon.
And now you can even go down towards bot and try to threaten more pressure here. He's actually getting Spell Thieves gold, which I really like there. Picking up 60 gold, I believe, with the Spell Thieves, because you do get that passive while it's active.
Yeah, Rift Herald still half the cooldown now for Canyon as he dashes forward onto Peanut. Zero
mana.
mana. Exactly right. Ruler wants to come on over. He wants to try and defend, but there is just no way. Canyon is massive. Goes untargetable as well. He's going to be able to just boogie his way out on the Sejuani.
Prioritize Canyon in that draft we did as well, because I was like, no.
Just getting better and better.
Canyon has been a bit
369 Canyon ruler.
it's been a little rough.
Oh dear, that is not what he wanted. Chains are going to connect, but Showmaker is still going to go back.
The flash.
And another Hex Drake will come through.
But as you were talking about, Max, you know, we're seeing Canyon feel so...
Just turned on at this point. Like, it is just amazing how he's been playing. And even though that was only a little thing, pretty inconsequential, just seeing how well he plays again. Yeah, that is it for Doctum on the Ophelia.
To actually take the Hex Gate in. And Nogari is going such an aggressive build as well. He even has CDR boots. I can't remember the last time I saw CDR boots on a Renekton.
Oh god,
here.
is he gonna go Prowlers?
Oh, 100% hope so.
He would.
As the Glacial Prison's going to go wide. You can see that gen.g are feeling the pressure here. Of course, they have a comp with a lot of longevity.
Yeah.
But I just don't know how relevant that...
Gold leader had a Renekton in the game.
Oh, stop. Stop it, you as Lahan's going to get burst, but Showmaker is going to be bullied out there. Peanut turns up. Now they're going to get the speed boost. Sejuani coming over. Emperor's Divide does nothing onto Canyon as he heartbreakers it. And now Showmaker looking for the hands off to the side. The polymorph is good. Canyon's going to get knocked up with the Arctic Assault. Showmaker's taking the Sejuani for a walk, and they do get the shutdown. And it goes to Doran.
Yeah, it goes to Doran. I mean, he TP'd.
Let's go. That's what we wanted. This is how the Crocodile is supposed to be played. This is the part of the Crocodile. Yeah, this is the Apex Predator. This is when he's dashing out of the water to try and take you down, not when he's lying on the beach.
They're going to contest. Here comes Chovy. He's TPing in, but
Peanut gets the fadeaway even through the Gale Force, but Doctum still going to flash his way out. Hostile takeover does land onto a couple of members, but now it has been waited out. The Mega Gnar is there. Doran uses it, but only onto Nogari, as now Kellen's the one off to the side of the handshake that he uses is fantastic. Now, the soul point has been secured, but can gen.g make it out? The Mimic Chains come in. Peanut going to get wild growth, but it's not going to be enough. Nogari, the Prowler, picks up the kill on the Sejuani, and they're not done yet. Canyon, oh, the reset timing, just beautiful. And Chovy takes the polymorph with him, but he is going to be able to get out.
Outside of every series gen.g and Domon has played, I don't want to make the crocodile joke, you know, the
scales.
We're not doing it. But I do want to highlight that Dom and Kia are playing this game out very cleanly. As I say that, Nogari...
Yeah, they do manage to get the turret, but can they get the Crocodile out alive? He's fighting. Oh my goodness, Peanut not tanky this time around, but Doran is going to just gnar him straight back, and that is the shutdown gold going to Chovy.
Yeah, that's a great shutdown there, and this is the downside when you're playing this sort of build as Renekton. You are a glass cannon, so there are going to be opportunities here for gen.g if they can execute flawlessly.
Yeah, I've seen these ones before, but the chompers are good. It's still not probably going to save Peanut. Yep, the handshake's so good. And now the hostile takeover comes in. Lahan's going to be fighting against Doran here, but Canyon is massive. It's a double kill for Showmaker. And yes, you managed to kill Nogari, but he's got teleport. Damwon Kia can get more.
And again, I want to highlight the amount of mechanical press being shown by Domon over Royer. Showmaker forcing a response by going in hard, chunking down Ruler. Kellen cancelling out Peanut his dash with his handshake. And surely that's going to be the Baron here.
Yep, Showmaker, you can see he's just guarding this. Super Mega Death Rocket just lands onto Doctum. He says, cool. And they will be able to secure it here. The Purple Worm so well.
And it has been these two players that have really brought Damwon to the highest heights, to that World Championship title here. You know, they have been that big standout for the LCK over the last couple of years. gen.g, it's looking like Last Chance Saloon. We'll see if they can find anything here, but look at Nogari setting up on the flank. Look at Showmaker setting up for the poke as well.
Okay, not going to stay in there, Nogari. Not quite brave enough, and I don't blame him. That was a lot of gen.g members moving over. So now the fight for the soul is going to begin. Doran, decent Naba, but needs to keep hitting things.
The Crocodile.
Yeah, Nogari on that
double flank.
Looking for the opportunity. Kellen also with a great line for the hostile takeover. Loyalty program is going to come through. The mist is going to come down, and now gen.g, you can feel the fear. It is so dark on this map around this dragon pit. Teleport is going to come in. This one's strange as Canyon is going to come through. They want the fight. They don't really care about the dragon. Oh my god, the hostile takeover comes in. Doctum has already done so much work, and they just obliterate them.
Doctum wipes gen.g off the map, and that should do it. We're going to a game number 5.
And that might be the for Nexus trade. I don't think that's the one you want to take.
The solo Hex-Tech Drake is going to be the end of Gen.g, but not on this series. We at least get some silver scrapes, and we'll see whether the LCK first seed can make it back. But, gentlemen, this series always delivers. These teams, they always deliver. And it was Chronicler that never doubted it. We're going to Game 5.
I never doubted the Madness. Here, it has been incredible. And even this series that started off on such a tough note, that was looking like another 3-0, like we had seen multiple times throughout the quarters, has been brought to a final game. And the Dr. Mefalios, this just keeps happening.
I think it might be semi-finals, I don't know.
Unbelievable, as we're scrapping.
Well, Umbral Trespass is going to come through. Peanut just going to bring Canyon as far away as possible. The flash going to come through. That is a fantastic glacial prison as Peanut has to now flash away. Showmaker doing a fair bit of work here as he threw the ultimate through, as the Eye of the Herald is going to come over and the flash has to come out. That is Herald going over to Gen.g, some much needed. Yep, Gale Force now completed here as well for Doctom, which is very, very important. But I do want to, head towards this mid lane and talk about Chovy. The fact that he has been actually falling behind in lane over the last couple of games compared to Showmaker. This time around, though, basically free lane, 10 CS up right now on the Victor, who is generally very, very stable. Of course, two limited mobility laners in that mid lane, so it should just be a trade, but Chovy seems back to his old ways as Canyon and Doran just saying hi.
Dove and Chovy also bullying out this Kayn out of his jungle.
Yeah, another gravity field going to come through here as Canyon should at least be able to try and pressure this one out. Chaos Storm has been invested and Peanut from Fog of War not going to find it, but still a lot of damage. Canyon secures the blue buff, not entirely sure whether that was worth, but it's still going to be first blood going over to Gen.g.
Yeah, the only explanation I have there is Canyon thought he was dead to rights and decides he's going to get XP and a little bit of gold before he goes down. He had no flash, and I believe his E was on cooldown, so definitely a huge first blood going the other way, and Showmaker now no flash either.
Yeah, Lehens is surfing down as well. Aqua Prison not quite going to find it, but still this is Gen.g coming alive in Game 5!
But these two teams know each other so well, and I think it shows in so many of the plays that we're seeing around the map. As push comes to shove though, Doctom says, thank you very much for the first turret bot. So Peanut, when you go back and you watch that Spring 2022 Finals Game 5 VOD, it's Peanut that's like, guys, don't worry, we can do this. The man is getting absolutely demolished. Has
his
zero
ego is
count.
not in this game anymore.
Well, that's the
he
point.
just plays for his teammates. As there's the culling, Ruler is going to take Showmaker down to 50% health. And the Syndra is going to have to get out of there. Something has changed in Gen.g, you can feel it.
There's no wave anymore.
Yeah, Nogger is going to go for it here as the gravity field's going to come down. Chovy taking a lot of damage. Yeah, serrated Dirk and Blade of the Ruin King. Noggery does a lot of work there, but still has to invest a fair bit. And Chovy, his flash is now on cooldown. That's definitely good. But this Drake going over to Gen.g, they're second to the game.
It's still a win, I'd say, for Gen.g, because yes, Doctom gets more gold, but we are already seeing the fact that Gen.g is like, okay, we are still maintaining some semblance of so much. We've taken these mid-game stalemates and turning them into a win for Gen.g. As Showmaker...
Oh, Peanut has done it again. The gravity field is there, the Chaos Storm as well. And yeah, you can scatter, but that's not the weak that you're aiming towards.
No, I mean...
to try and get himself out, but he is out of this fight completely. Boulder Toss flying forward from the Gnar.
They're gonna keep going.
Yeah, they are on this Drake already, and you can see now it's a mini Gnar trying to play bodyguard, but the gravity field's going to be there as well. Chaos Storm going to come through, so many flashes, going to try and get Damwon Kier out, and Noggery is sowing. Oh, the Prowler's Claw, but it is just a Nami, and going 1-for-1 Nami for Renekton, you're probably okay with that if you are Gen.g, but it might give Damwon the in. They're not wanting to go for any sort of flip. This 4v4 is something that Gen.g want to try and take themselves, given the health bars, but like you say, Doctom, no Moonlight Vigil now, but he's still dangerous. Meanwhile, on the top side, Showmaker is just soloed out by Doran. He's not done yet, as he's now trying to fight Doctom, but that could be dangerous to all of its great. And now, Ruler shows up. Gen.g should be able to get to the soul point, and it's a double kill outside of it. Oh my...
Both his smite charges because he used one on the Gromp to heal up, so he has no smite here for a little bit. We'll see if they can get there.
Health bars are low. Showmaker's teleport is alive in 8 seconds. Juicy Canyon making his way over. Will get spotted though.
Oh, and Canyon now in trouble. Does manage to get the Blades reach, and it's doing a lot of work as far as that healing is concerned as well. Doran now with the Naba charging up Noguri, trying to get on top of Lahens, but there's the Umbral Trespass. The Baron! It's actually peeled away from, but still, Nami once again dead, but Kane's also going to go down. Now no jungler.
Yep, no jungler, but the health bars are closer and closer towards IE, and he is going IE third. It's not an LDR build. He already has the BF sword.
Oh dear, Doc Dom, he's just going to get 100 to 0 during that CC. Peanut finding the angles after such a sad game 4 to come back and find these opportunities. Amazing work from Peanut. As now Damwon Kira looking for it onto Doran. We're going to cut the video. We don't want to look at it as gen.g are going to push in on this inhibitor turret. Yeah, he's actually lasting a very long time as the Umbral Trespass comes in. Yeah, exactly right. He's going to have the Meganar available as well. Pushes Canyon away, but Noguri is going to dive on top. But still, look at the amount of space that he's bought. The inhibitor is going to be the trait. What is it?
But then you look at the vision, and again, it's so difficult, right? Like, there's 0 wards in this entire side of the map. There's nothing there for them to really be able to kind of create those pockets where they could find a pick.
Well, now gen.g are going to be able to take their first Infernal Drake of the game. That will be Soul Point now, but you can see Damwon Kia not actually going to challenge for it. They use this time.
Gets an early Zonia's.
Peanut.
We've seen this play before. He's just going to dive right on top of Kellen. He's an afterthought. Ruler's just going to tap him on the way out. Doc Dom does have some decent long-range guns as Canyon going to be spotted on the flank.
Doc Dom is not there.
Well, Ruler look.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay, well, Showmaker is now very low on health as Peanut's going to face check, but he can do that. Tidal Wave comes through. Doc Dom looking for his opportunity. Moonlight Vigil is going to find nothing. On the flank is Canyon, but oh my god, the scan of the week! Damwon Kia, they found it one more time. Chovy, he goes golden as now Peanut's trying to do it. Can Chovy get there? Doc Dom needs to know he's not going to. And Damwon Kia, they may have found their way back in, and they might have just won the series.
And I said he couldn't do it, but I should never have doubted Canyon. The 3-man knockup into the scan of the week, and Damwon are back into the game. The Baron will be theirs, and we are witnessing one of the best series we have seen in so long.
As Noguri just says, I don't care, I don't need Baron buff. And unironically, in this Red Bull Baron power play,
Can find the angle to get in on him, but a lot of the playmakers on the side of gen.g don't have flash either.
They're once again just going in on top of Peanut. He might have just been caught out of position here as Lahens wants to find a heal. The tidal wave, have they overextended? The answer is no, he just gets trespassed. Canyon flashes away and they lose their jungler. That is going to mean no Drake and Damwon Kia. They extend it again.
and the key thing here is that gen.g sure is at soul point, but that only buys you time, and if every subsequent fight keeps going the way of Damwon Kia, at some point the hesitation, the fear has got to set in, and for gen.g, I don't know what's worse, losing those 2 games or feeling like you're losing control of this one.
I think it has to be this one.
Up, Ruler is soloing it, and that might be Infernal Soul here for gen.g.
Yeah, now Peanut's going to spot Canyon moving out. The rest of gen.g are going to respect Damwon Kia as the flash comes through from Chovy.
Wait.
It should be as can Canyon do it again. The culling flies down. They want it. Oh! And Canyon does it again, but can they win the fight? Is the question. Doran is there with ulti available. Doc Dom is so scary.
No flash.
But Nami for Renekton. Showmaker also dead. Doc Dom once again misses. The Moonlight Vigil. The fight is won, but how does he get away with this?
Come on!
Canyon is just so...
For gen.g, but it is so irrelevant. And now, gen.g are going to try and burst this down. It is so late in the game, this Baron should just be gone. We can see already down to 5,000 Canyon. If you do it again. Oh my, okay. This time Peanut secures the objective. Canyon now fighting towards this backside. Peanut back towards the rest of his teammates. gen.g still needing to get out. Another Umbral Trespass is going to come in. The ulti brilliant from Peanut this time as Canyon gets another double knock-up. But it is not the 3-man, and it doesn't have the follow-up.
Go in.
Doc Dom still has ultimate available. They don't quite know where he is now, they do. And now Nogari on the in the back line. Peanut trying to get him out. Scatter the Weak connects. And there's the Moonlight Vigil immediately. Chovy goes golden. Doran gonna do the same thing now. It's, oh my god! Chovy gets rid of Canyon. But the answer is still there, Doctor. Ruler, can he do it? Yes, he can. Ruler turns it on its head. Oh my god! The Quadra kill. And Ruler will get past the quarters. He will take Chovy with him. And gen.g have done it.
Ruler takes over the game. The Quadra kill in the moment where it matters most. He dashes in. He knocks down Dom, and he is sending gen.g to the World Championship semi-finals.
Ruler broke the 2K kill record in the LCK. It took him 5 years to get an LCK title. And here he is. Look at the smiles. gen.g, they get it done.
Look at Peanut, the absolute elation. And Doran just bouncing up and down. This is a gen.g that are really